Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Paragon Gauntlet. I'm just having some fun using 5-star champions, and the first fight is going to be against an Iron Patriot. I'm going to use an Iron Heart, so the first thing you need to know is do not use a champion that has energy damage. I am using Iron Heart, but I use the pre-fight here so I can only do physical damage to Iron Patriot, because if you do energy damage, he's not going to lose health, he's going to gain that back, and also he's going to have permanent power gain, and the fight will be prolonged for no reason. Also remember that you will need a champion that has an armor up so he does not go unblockable, so that is also very important. And finally, after every I think 10 seconds or 15 seconds, he is going to gain arc overload that will give him an armor and regen, and during that armor up he will be unblockable. So just be careful about that. And mostly tech champions will work nicely. Cosmic champions will also work that do physical damage and can negate the armor and have kind of armor breaks, and those will work well too. I've given you a few options on the site, so check them out. And here we are, Iron Patriot is down. Moving on to fight number 2. Now this is going to be a tricky one. You will need a mutant champion. You notice that Captain Marvel health is a bit low, so because I brought in Omega Red, and I thought I could take down, but Omega Red doesn't work. So first of all, you need prowess on yourself to do any kind of damage. So if you can bring in a prowess champion that is also kind of bleed immune, it will help because there's Calotrop's node. Otherwise you can parry and you can build up your prowesses like I am. But if you're using a champion that is now bleed immune, it will become difficult. Now remember that there is an unstoppable also on Captain Marvel. You can disable that by using a heavy attack or interrupting her heavy attack. So I'm building to an SP2, interrupted heavy attack, 6 prowess is ready, 1 SP2, and she is dead. So it's more like a nuke fight. Slowly build up your prowesses, play around with play around the unblockable, and then you can throw your special attack. Next up is going to be Quake. She's very annoying. She's bleed immune, and also if you have one of the Quake charges on you and she charges a heavy, that is going to stun you, so you have to keep your distance. Another thing is when she's going to use a special attack, she's going to give you a cross counter charge, and the only way you can remove that is by using a heavy attack. But the problem is that she is also stun immune, so you will not get the opportunity. So I just lost my health there. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I always have my striker before I go in when she throws a special attack. So right here I'm going to use a striker, I'm going to use my heavy attack, and I'm going to remove the cross counter charge, and then wait for her, try to intercept her, and then push her to an SP2 is much easier to evade. The good thing here that your spirit gain counter is fast here, so you will get your striker very fast, so that's okay. Even if she throws a special attack here, I have my striker again. So I'm gonna go in medium, light, medium, into a striker, into a heavy attack, and I can remove that cross counter. So that is the total loop for this fight. She can be very annoying and tricky, but once you play around enough, you will know how to play with her. You can also bring in cleanse champion, they will work well. And once you're done with that, you are going to move to Nick Fury. Now usually this fight should not take that long, but this fight is quite annoying with a timer with the root. So if you notice that on my side of the health bar, there is a timer and it has a counter as well. So you have to land 10 hits within that timer to avoid that root, and if you don't, you are rooted in your place. So the fight is quite annoying, and all of those orients, they like really stack up very quickly. Now if you're using a 7-star champion or a 6-star champion, this fight is a breeze, but with the 5-star champion it does get very annoying, so you have to like really push him to an SP2 and try to bait that out, and also make sure that you don't get rooted. Even if you get rooted, you can always save a special attack, and that will help you kind of break when you get rooted. So now I've given 15 charges. He has Furies as well, he's unblockable, so I have to kind of play around and push him to 20 charges. So this was a bit annoying to deal with, but luckily he threw a heavy attack. I went in trying to get to more charges. I can't. Right here got rooted, he threw an SP1, and boom, got hit again. To be honest, I thought I will die in this fight, but I managed to bring him down eventually. But when you do plan for this one, remember that he is going to be quite annoying with those roots. If you bring in Cleanse Champion, that can work, but then you will have to deal with Nick Fury's charges. A champion that works really well here can be your Archangel or somebody who is immune to ability accuracy. So Old Man Logan should also work. I haven't tried him, but the way the nodes look, Old Man Logan should work also. But I had a Colossus here. I knew as soon as I get him below the 1 life, the fight will become a bit easier. You notice that I threw my SP1 here because I was about to be rooted in the place. So I just threw that out and I bypassed the root. So you have to just play around the root. Try to have a special ready. So that helps you break the root just like that. And here he was just dying because of his second life. So I'm just going back to my 4-hit combos and block. And waiting for him to throw a heavy attack and push him to an SP2. And just here it was... got it in the end. Going in with the 5 combo hit again into a striker. Then again into a 5-hit combo into an SP1, trying to either push him to an SP2 or push him past 20 of those charges, but it all worked out in the end, and I got him down. Pretty annoying fight, a long one, but it worked out in the end. Again, I'm using 5 stars, you don't have to. Just go in and bring in your 7-star champions, and this should be a breeze. Now this next one is going to be a Spider-Woman. She is quite easy to deal with, to be honest. Just parry and heavy, build up your armors and kill her off. The only thing is keep her to an SP1 and try to evade that. You can kind of use your reparries also, and you are going to be rooted, so have a special attack ready. That will help. And also her SP1 has quite long range, so you really have to like dash it. You have to really out range it, and then the last hit you can also evade. But I think I get hit here, make a mistake here because I was rooted. I tried to throw a heavy, so that hurt. But with the SP1 I was okay. So yeah, just building to an SP2 of my own while I have armor, and now I'm gonna throw a big SP1. Colossus is just crazy with Omega Red synergy. So yeah, just like that, the fight is pretty easy to deal with. The difficult one is going to be Lumatrix. Now we will go to him and I will explain the mechanics how to get it done. Right here I made a mistake. I wasn't able to outrange the SP1, so I took quite a bit of damage. So now I have to wait for all of those power stings to go away. So just using my parry where I can, slowly building up to an SP2, using a 5-hit combo here, and boom. This should be enough to take her out. 47,000 crit with Omega Red synergy. Colossus pulled a lot of weight for me. Now moving on to the last fight, that was against Lumatrix. Now there are 2 ways you can deal with this guy. You can either use a champion that can bypass miss or somebody that can bypass evade. It's more preferable if you use a champion that can bypass evade, so you can punish his specials. If not, then do not attack after the specials. You will be stunned and the damage will be crazy. So right here, he threw a heavy attack and he has a power gain. He'll keep gaining power until I throw my heavy attack and I can kind of dispel it out. So this is going to be annoying here. So just waiting for his using my parry and 5-hit combos, building up those charges for Incinerate. Now I'm trying to bait his SP2 out. Now I'm not going to go in and punish it because I'll be stunned. So I'll wait it out and then I'm gonna simply parry and use my special one because she will not go invisible. Now it's gonna throw SP1 again. I'm staying back, waiting for the invisibility to go away. And then I can stun him. During invincibility, he's also stunning me, and so you cannot do that as well. Now, usually if you bring in a Cosmic Champion, Lumatrix should die very quick. But because there is True Lies node here, all the True Strike and all of those True buffs will not work. So you have to bring in a champion that is either able to kind of bypass the evade or that can bypass the miss. So yeah, it is a little difficult fight, so you have to like really play slow and be careful, especially if you're using 5 stars. If this was a 7-star and boosted, this fight would have been already over. I was just having some fun learning the mechanics and everything. So these were the 5-star takedowns. So I hope you enjoyed it and stay tuned for that. We'll have 9.2 coming out tomorrow, so we will start with it as well. So thanks for joining us, guys, and I hope you all have an amazing day, and I'll see you on the next one. before I get hit by a 5-hit combo, but I was eventually able to bring Lumatrix down. See you later. Bye.